Okay, guys, welcome back for Card Sharks at Gallowglass. Uh, we still got Eagle with us, and now
Yo.
we have Rekla as well. This is going to be the first TriCast. I think this TriCast will go a little bit better than Stars' TriCast, but that's just me. On the Sharks, we have Merilith, Grendel, Slann, and Shawn, a very solid and predictable team from them, I believe. Based on what they've done so far this season, I think this is this is pretty much their default at this point.
Oh, for sure.
And then over on Gallowglass, we've got Symiad, Fardoc, Ferg, and Pukje. Which is interesting. Is Arthaeus? I do not see Arthaeus, so it's uncertain to me whether that was an actual strategic decision to leave him out of this, or if that was necessity.
I think it's probably strategic because, Arthaeus is a human armsman, so he's not going to choke Slann and Grendel quasi-reliably.
He's not going to choke
He would
Grendel,
go for Shawn, yeah. But
I think he'd be okay with Slann. No?
No, he would have to choke Shawn and then the others anyway.
Yeah.
But just in general, if you field a human armsman, you're fielding it against big race hitters. So they sort of win that composition.
But I think it works better in the double choke composition to have, because then you have Ferg choking Slann, and then Arthaeus choking Shawn and Merilith, the two humans.
Yep.
And it works a little bit better when they can focus on the smaller guys, while the big choker focuses on the big guys. But I don't.
Right,
think
but you got to study. You got to study the enemy, because if you remember that last cast, Pukje was on with you guys, and he said, "I'm not too concerned about KCS because I think that they're all saves vuln." So that kind of gives you the indication that maybe he's thinking of fielding himself for the next engagement. So I think
definitely true, but
I think KCS is slightly favored to win this match. Maybe not even slightly. I think they're favored, but I think what GG is going to do, or their best chance of winning, would be to have Symiad cap that flag, because then you have a bunch of melee who can't handle him as well. And if Merilith dumps damage output onto him, that's a huge blow to his mana. And then you have Pukje sort of in the backfield casting on each of the hitters who come to hit Symiad. And if you don't hit Symiad, then eventually he's going to get flags across. So I think that would be the best strategy for GG to take on right now. But I also think that KCS has been looking really good. And I think their plan is going to be to 3-round Pukje and get him out of the game really quickly before he can do anything.
Yeah, definitely a possibility there. The pixie casting is just insane, and I think Pukje probably has some confidence at this point that he can just go in there and E-drain Merilith as well. I think we've seen that recently a good bit.
Yeah, I think Pukje has actually E-drained Merilith in the past, so if it worked before, it'll work again, right?
Mm-hmm. So, and if he can get the E-drain onto Shawn as well, then that really just eviscerates their healing ability.
Mm-hmm. And I think also this will be a big Assassins game. I think that Ferg and Slann are going to both be relied upon to do big things for their team. I think that if Slann were to cover Symiad well enough in the flag room, maybe he wouldn't get that early cap, which is what GG is going to depend on. And I also think if Ferg can run enough interference for Symiad, then that's going to be a big effect. So it's going to be an Assassins game here.
Yeah, and I think at least based on performance so far, and keeping in mind that Ferg does have a few more matches, I believe, under his belt than Slann does, Ferg has been a little more impressive in terms of the successful chokes and everything. So I tend to think that he's probably going to win that matchup, but we'll have to see.
Yeah.
So a lot of that's going to come down to if Grendel can put enough pressure on Ferg, then that eases things up for Slann a little bit.
I think that's true too. I do think that KCS will try to kill Pukje before they do anything else, though. That's the feeling that I get.
He's definitely a big threat if he can just kind of stay alive, stay casting the spells and acid blast.
Well, not only can Pukje, Black Curse and Bone Blight Grendel and everything else, but he can also drain Merilith's mana. So he's too big a threat to leave alone. He doesn't have that much health. so just kill the glass cannon before you get anything on the way. But meanwhile, Ferg needs to be flashing for him and running interference so that Gallowglass can get something done.
But the match is starting right now.
All right.
Got everybody mistying and anti-maging up. Trying to prevent those holy flames.
It's an early attempted
attempt
choke
on Shawn. Yep.
Oh, I see a slow.
Yeah, Pixie blind on Shawn too.
Pixie blind on Shawn. We've got some flashes going down on everybody. And let's see, let's try and figure out who the focus is here. Right now it's still a little chaotic because of the flashes going off on both teams. I don't think
Grendel looks like a focus.
But we got some Maledict focusing on Grendel. He's slowed now.
Yep. KCS is hitting so Ferg, and they're not trying to... Oh, go ahead.
They're not going to try and dispel Grendel. They're just going to fully Maledict him and then try and deal with him that way. But he disengages and he cleanses. That'll at least take care of the slow for sure. That's why I don't know if it's worth the mana on those slows. But a lot of potions getting blown up on Slann. Wow.
There's an intelligent choke on Symiad there.
Yeah, I think that was a rage choke. We got 109 eggs bet, 58 for Card Sharks, 51 for Gallowglass. So it seems like the bettors are not sure who's going to win. Symiad's poison is cured.
So Slann has gotten 2 chokes on Fardoc, who has Lat Sleeper, and also the other, and it seems like they're trying to target down Ferg.
Yep, and they got a dirt kick on him, a bash onto Ferg, so...
And Ferg hasn't been taking too much damage yet, so I do get the impression that he's shielded up, which is a wise move.
Yep, and they're trying to get him, but like you said, he's not taking a whole lot just yet. I mean, I don't think anybody... They've had a hard time with focusing anybody on either team just because of the flashes going off on everybody.
Oh, here comes the Pukje focus.
Oh. And the blind on a Grendel ought to keep sharks off of Gallowglass's back for a little bit.
Yeah. And if Gallowglass wants to win here, Pukje wants to play very carefully. I mean, just spamming Flea right off the first round is smart, and that's what he did. But so far, it looks like KCS has a slight advantage. They're just playing better. Slann is getting the chokes off.
Symiad down, so Slann is winning the choke war, at least so far. Big round onto Ferg, though.
Yep, and Ferg does get a flea off that bash, which was fortuitous for him, but they jumped right back on him and re-stunned.
And just damage is coming down like crazy.
And he's got to be hurt.
There's a lot of shocking bite hitting him, so he's resistant to that. If not for that, he would be going down much faster.
Definitely.
But, you know, that's the thing about dragon-skinned Yens. They're pretty much resistant to everything.
Yeah, that's true.
Pretty much.
I mean,
so Fardoc has been down the last couple ticks. He's got to have a huge ocean of mana to dump onto Ferg, so Ferg needs to be out of combat, and they probably need to heal up.
A disarm onto Puck, and his health drops rapidly, as does Ferg's.
Oh, here comes that hilt thrust, and a nice juicy round for Ferg. And there's a Bone Blight.
Yep, more of those Necro Maledicts.
Pukje is in trouble here. Pukje is in the flag room, less exits, and he's being stunned.
Getting focused hard.
So he could be dying pretty soon. I mean, he's got the withstand, but...
Well, he's got withstand. Ferg and Pukje are both hurt, though. KCS has a pretty definitive advantage right now. Fardoc needs to be desperately dumping all his mana into those 2 players so they can get a hand up again.
And there goes a shield up for Ferg.
Symiad's
so
back up.
He's trying to stay alive a little bit longer. Symiad is up now, though. So I think it's even as far as members up and ready to fight at the moment. You know, the health situation is definitely in Card Shark's favor, though.
And it looks like something dropped for Ferg. Sanctuary probably. Look at that damage.
Oh yeah.
Oh, ow.
And
He's in the flag room
die.
and stunned.
He's done for. Or not.
Um,
And I save my Wimpy.
Slann is also taking some nice damage, but Ferg is definitely the more hurt of the two.
Yeah, Slann got dispelled there, but all the focus was on the Ferg, so he kind of got out of that unscathed.
But they knit right off it.
Saved by the
He's
He's
withstand.
got to go down. He's got to go down. The Blizzard's going to kill him, right?
Oh, there we go.
He did run off, so we'll see if he gets the withstand.
Yeah, he got it, I think. That was a close one.
Very close. I expected someone to die there.
So we've got
Alright, so
Shawn,
it looks-
Ferg, Puck, and Slann poisoned. The rest are not, it looks like.
See, everybody on KCS is in really good shape right now, but Gallowglass knows that they're losing the fight. So I think that they're fighting in their own flag room so that they can prevent the caps at least. Because if they do end up going down together, at least KCS is a little bit hurt. KCS will get 2 caps, but GG can come back and try to 3-2 it.
It looks like, I don't know.
There's an
Puck
energy
is
drain on
fucked out of
Grendel.
mana.
Which is,
Interesting choice.
On the
of spell
Grendel, though.
usage.
That's
Sure.
not exactly the...
yeah, I'm
priority.
a little perplexed by that, but
Actually,
Yeah.
it is what it is.
it's actually not the worst thing. Your energy
Can't
drain
Can't
is-
cleanse as much,
and
right?
he can't Warcry anymore. No Warcry,
Mm-hmm.
no Power Swing.
Yeah.
And KCS does get the flag, so they're going to start moving.
And you know, if I were still a Barbarian, I would not have pointed that out, FYI. But both
GG
teams
also-
have the flag now, so Fardoc and Shawn taking out that standard. Buck looks like he wants to try and get a Dracolich. I'm not sure about that idea.
Zombie's trying to finish him off, though.
Trying to eat his
All
brains.
right, so
Come on, zombie.
Fardoc's capture, it looked like a defensive capture, and it was an intelligent move, but it's not as good as interfering in the flag room until you die. And they did try to do that to their credit, but what you can do if you're the enemy team and the other team defensive captures is you can go ahead and move your own flag carrier to the opposite flag room, then you can kill Fardoc and get that instant cap, and you can run 2 more after that. If that makes sense.
It's interesting that, I wonder if that was a fresh corpse. It had to have been a fresh corpse that Grendel just offered. But I would have thought it would have rotted by now. Maybe it doesn't rot
Maybe-
in the container.
Maybe it was embalmed.
It might have been embalmed, yeah.
In my experience, embalming corpses does weird things to them and makes them not offerable anymore.
Oh, I see.
Usually. Occasionally they still will, but I don't know, it's weird.
The same laws apply to animal spirit.
Like sometimes it
Looks
works,
like-
sometimes it doesn't. Fardoc taking big hits.
Ouch.
Yep. And they're also on Shawn, but
Oh
it
my
looks
God,
like
I mean,
Fardoc's
he's-
gonna die much quicker.
He's a durable
That
guy.
focus.
You know, dwarf priests are pretty freaking sturdy, but not that sturdy. Although he's still alive somehow, and again.
Somehow.
Oh my God.
And there it
You
is.
apply the bone
Finally go
blight?
down, but
But look, Shawn
First
is
blood.
also taking damage, and Shawn is in red at the moment. So
And he's
this would be
disarmed.
interesting.
so he's
It would be interesting if they both died as the flag carriers.
and I think
Shawn
that is what's
gets
gonna happen,
dispelled.
especially with that
John's
dispel.
dispelled.
Grendel with a
gets a rescue on
rescue.
him before he takes any real damage.
Hmm.
Puck was on him, but he wimpied off. You know, might want to turn that wimpy off and just try and chain Shawn down, maybe. Especially now he's got a spirit. He's going to try and rescue
Well.
himself. And he is
And Shawn is
almost
pretty
there.
close. Just a couple more rooms.
He's at the goal line now. So he's going to score, no doubt.
Yep, he's gonna get that cap. And there it is.
So, first score goes to Guard Sharks.
Yep, Slann still keeping Symiad down.
Wow.
Symiad hasn't had much play at all this match.
Yeah, he looked like he was doing okay at the start, and then just Slann is just putting him down. But no, you're too good against us hitters, so we just can't let you fight.
Like, just watch your favorite TV show until this is all done.
although it wouldn't be a complete disaster, I think, if Symiad were up. I imagine trolls are much like giant ogres in that we can really just disarm anybody. So
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
If you can disarm him, he's not that terrible to face.
Well, what would be interesting is, Symiad is full health almost. He's been choked, but if he could wake up without being re-choked and go capture the flag, then he could do some damage to a fairly hurt KCS team.
But I think, at that point you get dirt kicked and then you get disarmed, and then, yeah, you can get some, if they don't stand there, let you chain them, I think you're in a bad situation.
That is true.
That's the one good thing. Yeah, like if you're talking about the smaller, quote-unquote, large races, yeah, the Singer is really good, but if you can get disarmed by a troll or a giant ogre, it's less good. Merilith picks up the flag, so she's going to be the carrier for that second score. Guess Shawn is not feeling super confident. Maybe they want to rescue. And Symiad
does pick up. And
gets chilled right back down.
He's up and down.
Up and down and all around. Sharks are trying to focus down Ferg now. I think Shawn got tired of getting choked.
Pixie goes down.
Withstands, but there's nobody really on him.
Nope.
So he's going to survive. Grendel loses Sank for a minute there. And Ferg is getting hurt.
Oh.
And so
yeah, it looks like
Buck.
KCS.
Whoa. And Buck is going down.
There we go.
Yeah,
There
that's
it
the
is.
problem with Pixies.
So,
It looks like KCS has taken the advantage, this first quarter,
decisively,
and
yeah.
since then, Gallowglass hasn't really been able to mount a comeback. When you lose the first engagement, you kind of have to take your blows, and then you have to try to gather at the same time so that you have a full team to go against them again. That's really your only chance after that, but they've sort of trickled in, which has resulted in KCS maintaining the advantage throughout.
And I mean, I think that is, credit to Slann, who has done a very good job with the chokes.
Slann has been big this game for sure.
And there's
and he
another
still
one on
does it.
Symiad.
Oh, still is.
I mean, Symiad does have the flag, so they'll have to kill him eventually, but while the other teammates are straggling, it doesn't hurt to have him down.
Unless you get Fardoc, or I'm sorry, Merilith, who's carrying the flag this round, into position, and you can kill him and score straight away off the death. But Sharks are doing very well. They've managed, and again, just Grendel just proves to be an unstoppable machine.
Whoa. Everyone's dropping.
Yeah. Symiad gets choked, Fardoc gets choked, Merilith gets choked, so both flag carriers are down. But Ferg is taking damage again, and he's pretty hurt. So it's an uncomfortable position for them. And he's dirt kicked at the start of the tick. He drops a flash in return, but he's not going to be choking anybody for another 35 seconds. Which gives Slann time to put people down.
Now Ferg keeps coming back to KCS to try to interrupt, but I'd be a little concerned if I were that hurt. I'd try to get to Fardoc and get some heals if Fardoc still has a monopool.
I'm sure he does. Fardoc has spent most of the match sleeping, so I got to imagine he's still feeling pretty healthy.
Yeah.
Because as long as you have Symiad at full health, as your Blade Singer defender, then you're in pretty good shape. But Ferg doesn't want to die here. That would be really bad for Gallowglass.
Fardoc just hit the field again after he had died earlier, so he's full on health and mana.
Mm-hmm.
Dispel onto Ferg, but no follow-up damage.
But he did come right back. Look at that roundhouse.
Yeah, but
So you get the fortuitous flee, you don't want to come back.
Yeah, but he is seeming to be in defensive so he's not taking the follow-up damage at all. You know, he took that roundhouse, yeah, and then there was no melee.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, gotta get that force shield up. We need that 40 AC. That's important, man. No, it's not
Another
even
quick
40,
shot by
it's 20.
Slann on Sim
20
there.
AC. Slann is feeling like he wants to be a little defensive, putting his shield up as well. I'm not sure if that's necessary, but then again, then he starts getting hit by Symiad. So that's why they're trying to take down Symiad now, and he doesn't want to take. He wants to tank for it. So that makes sense. It's a good move.
Good move.
I take it back. And there's the disarm from Grendel.
And the stun off it, which is going to be big.
The major damage. Like I said, you disarm a Blade Singer, all of a sudden they're not so scary. It's just it takes a certain kind of character to be able to disarm them in the first place. And he can't. He's got the flag, so he can't go anywhere, which means he's just gonna die.
And there it is.
And there he goes.
Merilith should cap right off this.
Where is Merilith? There we go. Okay.
2-0.
Yep. You know, Gallowglass could potentially come back here and get the 2 caps back. You know, Shawn is pretty low. I can't imagine he's got too much more mana left at this point. Slann is pretty hurt. Merilith might be fine. I'm not sure what her mana situation is. His mana situation, sorry. I keep doing that.
Shawn taking some nasty damage here.
Oh yeah.
And you know, another interesting thing I brought up earlier, the E drain on Grendel. Grendel might not have mana for Warcries at this point, so there probably aren't going to be any much power swing coming from him.
And it looks like Pukje shrouded, so that should be interesting.
Whoa, that's going to be big.
All right.
They can't do anything to him. Well, he can.
Well,
do
he's
that
hurting
to himself,
himself.
Though.
Yeah.
Well, he can chain himself.
So that's all they have to do. They have to trick him into chaining himself to death. Piece of cake.
There we go.
Just flee right before the round.
But he's got another 6 ticks or so. 6 to 8 ticks of nighttime. And the only person that could hurt him is Merilith, really. Maybe Warhouse. Does Roundhouse go through Shroud?
Yeah. Skill damage does go through Shroud.
With some skill damage.
Yep. Ferg does die here, which is that may be bad for GG.
Slann goes down.
There goes Slann.
So that is 2 members for KCS that are down. So if Gallowglass is going to get something going, they need to do it now.
Mm-hmm. But, you know, Fardoc unsynced, taking damage from the troll. That's never good. Energy drain onto Merilith.
Oh, there's an energy drain.
I knew it.
Merilith's got to be pretty low on mana anyway, though, at this point.
So I don't know how
it's
effective
pretty
that was.
inconsequential.
But I think Puck needs to run that flag, which kind of seems like he's trying to do. He's in the flag room. No, he's in his own flag room. That's not going to help him.
Yeah, he's in his own. Fardoc's going to run it. But Pukje would almost be better at this point with Merilith hurt. He doesn't have that much mana, you know. Yep. I guess maybe he's thinking not enough time would pass that Shroud would stay up, but he's got a couple more.
Yeah. And even so, you know, Grendel is going to run the flag.
Yeah, it's just a maneuver to die. I think Grendel's going to die, and KCS is going to wipe, so they come back and take that final flag.
He does pull out the train off and shield, so maybe he's got mana. I don't know. We'll have to see. Fardoc picks up the flag in return.
Honestly, the best thing to do that GG could do is have Fardoc go to the opposite end of the flag room, leave Grendel alone because he's hurt, he wants to die, and then once Fardoc is at the flag room, kill Grendel, kill Merilith, and then that leaves you in an advantage against the other 2 who are going to come up soon. Because if they kill Grendel before Fardoc moves across the flag, then KCS is going to come up together.
Puck keeps letting Merilith get the Ray of Truth off and then returning no damage, just fleeing straight off of it, which I don't like. So, Grendel is Warcry. He's still got some mana. I wonder if he's healthy merit. He's trying to P-Swing, but you can't P-Swing Death Shroud. It's weapon damage, and weapon damage does not go through.
Yeah.
So, he's definitely going down. There's absolutely nothing Grendel can do except for spam kick. And he's not even doing that. But he gets that rage disarm. He's like, you know what? Screw you. Like
I'm not sure if I agree with killing Grendel that quick. I know he has the flag, but maybe wait for Fardoc to get over there anyway, because Grendel's stuck.
I agree.
But
at
this point,
if Puck were to just sit on him while in Death Shroud, then
yeah, you can just keep him there.
Yeah,
mm-hmm.
You can't go anywhere. Just wait for Fardoc to get across the map.
You could have kept him there, spammed on Merilith, potentially got a kill on Merilith. Grendel's stuck. He's not going to do anything. Keep him there. Have Fardoc move to the cap room. You have that instant cap, and you have 2 members of KCS down. So potentially you get the 2 caps off that. But now I guess what they need to do is stack caps, have Symiad run it from there, and try to get a 3-2 advantage here. That's their only chance, but KCS is going to come up together.
Well, I would probably have Puck run the next flag and then have Symiad try for the 3rd flag, because you want Symiad to have the flag when Olive Sharks come out, I think.
Oh yeah, for sure. But you just want Symiad to have the flag in general at this point. I think Shroud is going to be up pretty soon for Puck if it's not already.
It's 6 a.m. right now. I'm not sure. Yeah. It either drops at like 6 a.m. or 7 a.m.
Yeah, I think it'll be up.
Yeah, it's got to be done by now.
Yeah, but I think Gallowglass has the stack at this point. Shawn is going to go right for the... yeah, he's in his own flag room, but he may go.
Ferg is out as well.
Shawn has freezing bots on Ferg, which isn't the best move. So Ferg may outdamage him.
There's the score for Ferg, or for Gallowglass. I think if Gallowglass is going to win at this point, it's going to have to be jokes.
Yeah. It looks like Shawn is just interrupting the caps, which is a good move.
Yeah, the piercing winds to interrupt, even though he's blind.
Oh.
And Ferg does choke Slann, so that's a start.
Ferg's going to have to play this second half like Russell Wilson, man. He's going to have to show up.
Merilith has the flag, though, so they're going to have to kill him.
There's a rooster's crow.
They're going to have to kill it. Dispel onto Shawn with not much follow-up damage, though. But they do get the strangle. They can get the cure on him, keep him down.
Well, I don't know.
Longer.
I think Gallowglass' the best move here is to kill Merilith and Shawn as quickly as they can before Grendel comes out, because, I mean, that's where they want to be. They want to make this a 4 versus 2 situation perpetually until they get the 3 caps.
Fardoc does pick up the flag, so they're going to try and get the movement weaken onto Slann. That could prove troublesome for him if he doesn't have compensation.
Yeah,
that's true.
You're not going to be choking a whole lot of people if you're not as strong as a Kinder.
Lost his haste.
You know, I'm interested by Merilith picking up this flag, because this could mean trouble for him. I mean, if they leave him alone and then they kill him or red, he doesn't have that much mana, they could keep it at a disadvantage for KCS. So I'm not sure if you wanted him to run the flag there.
Slann is up and immediately strangles Fardoc. Ferg returns the strangle onto Merilith, but Shawn wakes her right back up. So it didn't achieve much of anything. So Slann is just once again, you know, taking control of the game with chokes. Now, did he get that choke even with the weaken? Yes. I didn't see him put on. Okay. I'm pretty sure he didn't put on any gear or anything, so he's either compensated or, you know, maybe just got a little bit lucky. Either way. Ferg moving into offense mode. pulled off the shield and dual wielding now. Slann does fail to choke onto Fardoc, so that could be indicative of his lowered strength, or could be luck. It's hard to say.
And it does look like Grendel is back out, so KCS may be able to get something going here.
Another failed triangle, so it's starting to look like it's that weakened, affecting him.
You definitely want Diamond Bracelet's Giant Strength. You want to negate that.
I believe everybody is up for both teams at this point, so it's a 4-on-4 again.
See, Grendel and Slann are both on Fardoc right now. If they kill him, then that's going to be trouble for Gallowglass. You do not want Fardoc to die at this point.
He's taking a lot of damage, and again, it it can take a lot of damage, but not this much, not for this long.
And Merilith is very close.
There he is.
So
I think Merilith is at the 20 or the 10.
Yeah, Merilith is at the 10.
And they're going to rescue him right into victory, it looks like.
So that's a Shark's victory right there. Unless Merilith gets choked. Nope.
And there we go.
Nice 3-1 victory for Card Sharks. Looking very impressive since the Slann pickup. So I think I'm just going to take credit for all of their success and accolades. You're welcome. You're welcome. I'm proud to have contributed to their success.
Yeah, it's tough, but that was a good game.
Presence.
I know. I bet me saying that just pissed off a couple of people too.
Can't worry about it, man. Basically, these casts are a critique of both teams going on every single night, so we're gonna piss people off, but it's alright.
Good showing though from Sharks and Grendel and Slann in particular. You know, Gallowglass thought they had an answer to Grendel last season, or after that interview that we did with them, but from the looks of things, their answer was ineffective. So we'll have to see moving forward if they can come up with something else, or maybe they might feel like it was just an execution problem and they try and go at it again with the same lineup.
Well, there were definitely some things during that match that they could have done to play better. For one, there was a point in the middle there. Merilith kept getting choked by Ferg, and that was good. But you sort of want to kill Merilith and Shawn while you can before Grendel gets out there. Like, you don't want to choke them and then have them all come out on you because you're already at a disadvantage.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Let me see if we can get in some of those players to talk with us a bit.
Yep.